I was going to be crying, didn't you? Hi, everybody. If you're here for the first time, my name's Reverend Nicole. I'm a senior minister. What you may not know, what you don't know, is that when Tina got sick and our amazing music director, when she found somebody else, she also asked them if they wouldn't mind learning a brand new song, because I let her know that that song inspired me due to everything that we've all been through. And so I'm just a little emotional right now because the support, the care, thank you. Thank you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are all brand new, yes? I mean, we may, some faces I may not have recognized, but some I do. But it's been 15 months, and life doesn't stop changing just because we couldn't see each other or be with each other, right? And so we're all brand new. We're all brand new. And who knows? Who knows? I hope to know eventually how you are, who you are, what's going on with you, and just let me look at your faces, my goodness. You know, I don't know about you guys, but Lindsay made a comment about it at one point when we were getting ready, and I very much felt her sentiment when she said, gosh, it's kind of weird talking to other people in real life, you know. We're already a little bit awkward as it is. And then, so this energy is overwhelming and wonderful, and so just know that these tears are tears of, love and excitement and joy, and thank you. Oh, Carla, Perry, is that you? Oh, my goodness. Anyway. Gosh, so many of you. Okay, so it's a brand new me, but it's a brand new we. So for whatever reason, I like to use popular songs to, well, I don't know, I find God in them. And whatever that word means to you, it means to me this sort of beautiful divine intelligence. I'm more of a visceral person, so it feels like Mother Earth and Father Universe kind of come colliding within me, and it creates me, and that's what I feel like the divine is. And it's this feels like a magical thing. Well, like we're all here by divine appointment. Yes, would you agree? Yes. That maybe we're not the smartest things out there. Maybe there's something a little bit more intelligent than we are that's kind of, you know, maybe not completely orchestrating everything, but it's got a hand in it. And so there's this song called To Make You Feel My Love by Bob Dylan. And I knew when I heard that song, To Make You Feel My Love, I knew that the divine had wrote that song for me, to tell me that it loved me. Because it said that I would... What does it say? I would walk through the valleys, the alleys, the shadows, the darkness. I will be with you in all of that. And so I've been through a lot of alleyways and shadows and darkness. And I thought, my goodness, the only way that I could come to understand God of my understanding was to know that power must be with me always, even in that time. Yes? I'm actually rereading a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a You Know What. And what a great reminder, especially for those of us who sometimes give a whole lot of, it's more about choosing which ones you give and which ones you're going to let go of. And it reminded me that suffering is just a part of it. It's just a part of this whole thing called life. And so we have been in our own way, in our own experiences, going through suffering in some way or another. Yes? In the past 15 months, have any of you been through any amount of unhappiness or suffering? Okay, just checking if it was just me. Okay. For me, some mornings, if all I could get through was, hey, at least you didn't drink, then I felt like I was doing okay, And next month I've got 11 years, so that would be why. Thank you. But that's how hard it has been at some points. And so thinking about hearing this Alicia Keys song, Brand New Me, and it says, I've got a brand new kind of me, and there's a brand new time for me. This is a brand new time for me. And there's a brand new kind of freedom. And so I want to take away the me and all that. Let us say us. This is a brand new iteration of us, whatever that means. We are a spiritual center. We call ourselves a center, not a church, although we act in all ways almost as a church. We do not have doctrine or dogma, although we do have a what we believe statement, which I don't know, that's okay. But we teach people how to think, not what to think. So if you want to come up to me and ask me what the afterlife is going to look like, unfortunately, I'm going to say, well, what do you think? If you're going to come and ask me how you should behave because of ... I'm going to say, well, what is your inner, what's your inner voice telling you to do? Very Carl Rogers about it, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but what I know and what the founder of this philosophy, Dr. Ernest Holmes, who was just a student of life, a student of psychology, philosophy, and religion, he was able to synthesize that string of truth that weaved its way in and through what he saw as all. What is all this? Oh, this was our Mr. Not Honest Abe, but Uncle Sam, and what I call Mr. President, making a mess up here, huh? So, Dr. Ernest Holmes, he was the founder of the science of mind philosophy, which is what we study here. He never really wanted any churches, right? He wanted to teach people how to think in a way that would help them live a healthier, happier life in the here and now, because he wasn't about to tell us what was in the hereafter. And then he thought, and go and bring it with you to whatever church or synagogue or temple or mosque you go to. But there are so many people who were like, no, this is it for me. I love this. That hence the Centers for Spiritual Living, and there are thousands of them around the world now. So in that same way that he had a vision and it expanded, we had an idea of what the Seal Beach Center for Spiritual Living was. And now we get to create anew. We get to decide what we want to keep that we loved. We get to decide what we want to let go of. We get to decide who we want to be. We get to not be the best kept secret anymore because, if Oprah's teaching this and has her own TV network, then, we should be doing pretty good, right? We are doing pretty good. That's not what I mean. All I mean is that touching lives and helping to awaken the magnificence and transform these lives of our own and others is this sole desire of myself, and I know many of us here, and that's what we study and teach, these spiritual principles and practices. And so in this brand new time for us, what is calling you forth? What is your vision? Do you have one? Do you have an idea of who you want to be? Because this is a really critical time. This is the time where we get to say, I've either learned something and I'm going to carry it with me, or, oh, thank God I can just go back to the way everything was before. Is there anything about these last 15 months that has taught you anything about wanting to be a different way or a brand new kind of way? Yes or no? Yeah? Just shout some of those ways out. Like what? Zoom fatigue. Aha. What else? Forgiving. Patient? Ah, yeah, patience. Resilience. Yeah. Huh? Yes. What a concept. Huh? Introspection. Yes, yes. I absolutely concur. What did somebody said something over here? Nature. Yes, nature. Like, wait, there's nature. I don't know about you, but I can keep myself so busy doing stuff because I'm, whatever, me, that I forget that there's nature. So what I decided to do was I was going to paint the patio, and I get to be in nature every day. So at some point, if you want to go out there and check it out, you can. But it was my way of getting to be with, right? And we all had a moment. I know I've said it a million times, but I have to say it one more time, and I won't say it again. But that bishop, T.D. Jakes, when he was talking about this whole COVID experience, and he goes, it's like our moms when they had to, tell us to go to our room. And he goes, I don't care if you're a pimp or a priest. God sent everybody to the room and said, think about what you've been doing. And I just love it because it's like, right? I know I got sent to my room. Did you get sent to your room? Yeah? Are you better for it? Are you a brand new you for it? Yeah? Or you will be, or you're in the mix of it? You working on it? Yeah. Yeah. I want to share with you something from our Declaration of Independence, because it speaks so clearly to, well, you'll see. This philosophy plays upon this very, very succinctly. In Congress, July 4th, 1776, it says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal, that they, what was that? I know, babe, but let's see, we're going to evolve from that part. We're going to, I know. We are going to hold these truths to be self-evident, okay? That all people are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator, in whatever way that is to you, with certain unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? I think they must have been a little bit Buddhist because they couldn't just say happiness. They had to say the pursuit of happiness, you see, because that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, humans, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. From the consent of the governed. That wherever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect the safety and happiness. Okay, so what this says to me, I know that was a whole bunch of words. What this says to me is that there comes a point for each of us, and there came a point for these really, I love them. I love these guys because, you know why I love these guys? Because they're rebels, and I'm a rebel. I don't mean to be, but I am. I was just born that way. And so they said, this is not working for us. And here's our Declaration of Independence, and here's all the things you're doing wrong, King, and this is what we're going to do because of it. And I feel like that kind of has what happens to us when we find our way to this kind of a community, when we find our way to a new way of thinking, when we have a new thought, when we decide, you know what, my parents or my family or my blah, 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 blah thinks I'm crazy, but I'm going to try it out. I remember being a little girl and I was born and raised in this philosophy, which is under the umbrella of the New Thought movement, which is under the umbrella of a Christian denomination. Although we honor and respect all faiths that are for good, we welcome people from all faiths that are for good. And I'll get back to what I was saying, is that we decide at some point in our lives, each of us has, that, you know what, the old way just isn't working. That maybe all those stinking thinkings, or that old BS, are those the old terms we used to use, right? All that BS, those old belief systems, they're just not working for me any longer. And I need something different, and I need something new. And maybe that something is a part of me. What a concept. Maybe that something is a part of me. Maybe it's in me. How many of you, if you take a deep breath right now and close your eyes, can feel a divine something in you? Raise your hand if you can. Now, take another deep breath if you can't, and imagine all of the cells that are working to keep your body working, functioning. Think about your breath. Think about your heart and how you don't have to ask it to beat. Well, most of us. Can you imagine, can you open up to the idea that there is a distinct thing itself that is smarter, that is far more intelligent than we could possibly imagine? And in feeling that, is it possible that that life-giving something is what's always pulling and pushing us forward, is what's calling us from within us? You can open your eyes if you'd like. My desire for each of us is to so feel our own truth and to so listen to that voice within each of us that knows truth, that knows what is right for me is right for me, and what's right for you is right for you. And we can come together, and we can sit next to one another, and we can have varying views on all these other things in life, and yet we are creating a community that works for everyone. And so in that way, with this vision that our Centers for Spiritual Living around the world, we hold this grand vision, and the vision is something so much greater than anything you could possibly do in your lifetime, right? And it says that we envision a world that works for everyone. Well, I'm here to tell you that by the very fact of us all sitting here together and most of us smiling, we are creating a world that works for everyone. We've done it. Here we are. It's a brand new me. It's a brand new you. And this is a brand new day. And I say, thank you. Thank you, God. And I'm just going to pray now. Because I feel that spirit within me that it's making me on fire. Oh, and that's Julie Guerrero. She was our longtime assistant from upstairs. She loves us all very, very much, and she comes to visit every Sunday. Oh, and with that, I'm just going to step into this space of knowing, gosh, there is a mighty good. There is a mighty good upon us. There is a mighty good within us. There is a power and a presence greater than I am that is loving, that is calling us, that is pulling us, that is pushing us. And I know that this something, it must be for good, it must be for life, it must be for truth and for peace and for the prosperity and the humanity and the upliftment of all, because there is nothing besides it. There is no duality in reality. That I know. And so when I speak this word, I know that it is creative, and I say that I am one with this divine intelligence. I am one with this that I call this mighty good, this God. And I know that because I am one with it, and I know for darn sure, after these past 15 months of knowing how much we affect one another, that we are all one. We are one life being, that we are living and moving and having our being within this divine intelligence, within God. And so I speak my word of spiritual authority and conviction, standing on holy ground. For the ground in which we are standing or sitting is holy due to the very fact that we are alive. Yes, we are the beloved's beloved. We are the children of the Most High, wrapped and cradled in the arms of this beloved love. And so my words, they cannot help but become the creative action that brings forth all that I desire. When I speak my word with authority and conviction, when I use the energy within me, I am co-creating, and here, in this moment, I am co-creating with the divine, knowing that every life that hears my voice, that every sentient being, that every aspect of our experience is for the betterment of all of humanity. I know that as we go about our day and our life and our movement, that every movement moves the movement. With words of absolute gratitude, with tears, with laughter, with smiles, I say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, divine intelligence. I say namaste to each and every divine being here. And I know that my words are done before I've even spoken them, and so it is. Thank you all for being here with me today. Well, where the heck was I?